guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is my favorite newborn products. So my daughter is now 1, so we're a little ways out from the newborn stage. But I have some products that I want to share with you that I absolutely loved during the newborn stage, and I definitely will be using them with my next child. However, I will start this off with a disclaimer and say that not every kid is going to love every product, and not every product is going to work, but these are the things that worked for me and my daughter, and I'm going to share them with you today. I will leave a timestamp in the description box so that you can kind of skip around if you want to go back and watch and look up a certain product that I was talking about. But first things first, newborns and sleep. They say you don't get much sleep during the newborn stage, and they're not wrong. You definitely sleep, but it's very broken up. Your kid is sleeping a lot. You sleep when they sleep if you're smart and if you don't have another child, but your sleep is so broken up that it really doesn't feel like you're getting good sleep. So the first thing I'm gonna recommend is actually a class, and it is the Taking Care of Babies Newborn Sleep class. This class I got when Viv was 6 weeks old. It was a series of videos as well as like an as well as an informational booklet, and it was right around $100. It was the best investment I could have made, honestly. And I'm not just saying that. That class gave me the tools and the confidence I needed to know when my daughter was really tired and when she was hungry, and it helped her learn how to sleep longer stretches at night, which in turn allowed me and my husband to sleep longer stretches at night. The next thing I'm going to recommend is that you make sure you get your baby a really good swaddle. And I'm not just talking one of those blankets that say swaddlers that are like just loose blankets. Those are really cute and nice for your baby to like be in during the day, but at night when your kid is sleeping, you need a Velcro swaddle. I can't speak to all of them because I haven't tried all of them. The one that I've tried, that I used, that I loved was the SwaddleMe. So this is the newborn SwaddleMe. It's got Velcro here as well as Velcro across the inside. So you put baby inside and you swaddle them up with their arms down. Voila! Baby is snug as a bug in their Velcro swaddle. If they keep breaking out of their swaddle, you can do one of those loose blanket swaddles and then put them in this as well. It kind of gives them that double protection so they can't escape the swaddle. Finding a good swaddle is vital. It makes a huge difference. We used this SwaddleMe swaddler up until Viv was 2 months old. She started rolling, so we had to switch out of the swaddle and put her in something different. We went right for the Zipadee Zip, and that looks like this. This is the Zipadee Zip. This product is like a transition product. When babies are still really little, they have that Moro startle reflex where they like, wake themselves up, which is partly why the swaddle is so helpful. It muffles that startle. This Zipadee Zip actually kind of helps muffle the startle as well, and it's a good transition product. This is something that baby can wear and roll over in, push up off the bed. Vivian is 1 year old now and she still wears a Zipadee Zip. I'm hoping that it will help stop her from climbing out of the crib. But this is an amazing product. I absolutely love it. I recommend it highly, highly. You just stick their little arms in, zip it up. I will include a picture right here of Vivian in her Zipadee Zip when she was little. Highly recommend the Zipadee Zip. It really helped Viv sleep longer stretches as well. The next thing I'm going to talk about is zipper pajamas. These are so crucial. Does not make your baby sleep longer, but it definitely helps with midnight wake ups when you gotta feed and change your baby. Buttons are just so frustrating. So these zipped from the bottom, which was super nice. Could keep her upper body nice and warm, pull out her bottom, change her real quick, zip her shut, and put her back to bed. I say skip on the buttons, zippers all the way. The next thing I'm going to talk about is sound machines. We have a sound machine that we use for Viv in her bedroom, and it is the Hatch Baby Rest. I'll attach a picture here so you can see what it looks like, but she is currently using it in her room right now because she's napping. But this sound machine is amazing. It's like Bluetooth enabled, so you can work it right from your phone. It's got different lights, so it can be used as a night light and a sound machine. And it also has a really awesome feature where it turns birds on. And so Viv knows that when the birds are on, it means it's okay or it's time to wake up. The other thing that I recommend is getting a portable sound machine. So we don't usually take the Hatch Baby with us unless we're gonna go stay the night somewhere. If we're just like in the car traveling, I highly recommend getting a portable sound machine. This was like $12 off of Amazon. It takes AAA batteries. It's super convenient. I can hook it on to her car seat. It will play white noise for hours. It's so helpful. Love it. Highly recommend getting a sound machine. Babies really like white noise. When they are in the womb, it's very, very loud in there. So when they come out, they're really comforted by tight swaddles and sound machines. Those kinds of things can just really help keep your baby asleep and keep them comfortable. Those are my top items in the sleep category. I absolutely love all of those products and that class. Moving on to the nursing feeding category. I am still nursing my daughter. She is just over 1. I decided that I wanted to try breastfeeding. It was really, really hard at the beginning, but it was so worth getting past those first couple of weeks. It has just been the easiest thing ever for me. I have enjoyed it so much. I'm actually going to do a whole video on breastfeeding, my favorite breastfeeding products, my breastfeeding journey. Look for that, but I'm gonna cover a couple of things in this video because there's a couple products that I just really love that were used frequently during the newborn stage. So I'm gonna share them with you here. As far as feeding goes, I'm just gonna preface this with there is no wrong way to feed your child. I am not shaming anybody. I believe a fed baby is the best baby. I highly encourage that you try breastfeeding because it really is so good for your baby. But if it's not something that's for you, that's fine. It's not wrong, it's not bad, it's okay. You are doing a great job, and don't feel shame for however you feed your baby. Don't feel ashamed if you breastfeed, don't feel ashamed if you formula feed, don't be ashamed if your baby has a feeding tube or any of the above. All feeding is good. Okay, now that I got that out, my top products in the feeding category. First thing I'm gonna show you and talk about is this fancy silicone breast pump. It's called a Haakka, and it is amazing. I used this for the first several weeks before I even used a manual pump or a electric pump, and this was able to help me stockpile, I don't even know, like tons of ounces of milk because I was going back to work. I knew I needed to get a little bit of a freezer stash started. How I used this was every time my daughter would nurse on one side, I would clip this on my boob on the other side, and I would collect, I don't know, like 2 to 3 ounces each time. Some people say don't use these until your milk regulates. Some people say it doesn't really matter. I don't know if it really truly matters, but I used it right away. This was super helpful, super awesome. Highly recommend. I was able to stockpile a lot of milk with it. So, Haakka, good product. The next thing I recommend is a manual breast pump. This thing was amazing. Sometimes I just did not feel like hooking up the whole breast pump, turning it on, cleaning all the parts. These are the only parts. So it's really easy to take apart and clean. This was like a bottle that had a cap. You could just store it in the fridge. Came with different size flanges. I feel like I almost produced more with a manual pump than I did with the electric pump. This was super convenient, nice to have on hand in the middle of the night, especially once Viv started sleeping through the night. It was really nice to have something if I woke up and my boobs were just super engorged. I would use this sometimes just to kind of help relieve some of the pressure. I tried not to do it too often because I wanted my milk to adjust since she was sleeping longer, but this was super helpful to have, and I highly recommend it. Next product in the feeding category are bottles. Once again, I'm gonna preface this with every baby is so different. Not every kid will take the same bottle. There are some kids that actually refuse the bottle altogether. So I'm just gonna share what my experience was. You may have a different one. The bottle that I recommend that we use that I really, really liked is the Como-Tomo bottle. So I picked these out because I did my research. I found that these bottles were very, very similar to a boob. And since Vivian was basically exclusively breastfed, once she started getting bottles, I wanted to make sure that she didn't have any like latch issues or nipple confusion. I was really adamant about getting a bottle that was similar to a boob, and this was what my research found me. I was very glad. She took this bottle really well. It really truly is similar to like a boob. You do have to get like a good latch on it in order to get the milk out, which we learned. But these bottles are great. There are very few parts. They're like a soft, squishy, kind of like silicone material. So they're really, really easy to clean. They are dishwasher safe. Highly recommend the Como-Tomo bottles. The final product in the feeding category is this pillow. It is my BreastFriend is the name of the pillow. It was something that I have used pretty much up until the first year of Viv's life. I used, like for the whole first year, I used this pillow. Every time I would sit down in the nursing chair upstairs, my little rocker in her nursery, I would put this around me and it just goes like this. So, and then baby lays here, nurses on whichever side. And it was amazing. I highly recommend this. I had a boppy and the boppy, I don't know, it just didn't work the same way. This is like kind of, as you can, I mean, I don't know. It's like more flat, and then it's got some raised areas too, like on either side for baby's head, but it was really nice. There's like a little pocket here too. It clips around you also. I don't know. I loved this product. I thought it was super, super helpful. I used it, like I said, I would probably still use it now. I just stopped because I'm like, she's 1 and she's basically like sitting in my lap while I nurse her now. So it's really pretty silly to use this, but I was using it for a really long time. I highly, highly recommend the My BreastFriend. So that is it in that category. My final category is just kind of like random little extras, and there's only like 3 things that I want to share with you in this category. The first thing I want to talk about is getting a good diaper bag. That is so, so, so important because this is going to be like your new fashion accessory. You're never going to leave the house ever again without a diaper bag. I picked this one. It is Land is the brand name. I just found it on Amazon. I loved the design. I thought it was really, really cute. It's a good size, and it's a backpack, which was something that was really important to me. It has like one big pocket and a front pocket. I'm actually gonna do a whole video on what I keep in my diaper bag, so also look for that video. But it's so, so important, like I said, to have a good diaper bag that you really like, because you are going to be taking it with you everywhere, and you want to make sure there's room for all of the things that you need. Luckily, when they're little, you really don't need that much stuff when you go out, especially in the newborn stage. As they get a little bit older, it gets a little bit trickier. You definitely need more in your diaper bag, but I'll share it with you guys kind of what I keep in my diaper bag in another video. The next thing I'm going to talk about is like literal gold. I love this stuff so, so, so much. And it's Aquaphor. You might think that's silly, but this stuff is magic. You can put it on any diaper rash. and I feel like it just clears it right up. It works so good on eczema. Viv has eczema that flares up at different times, and this helps so much with it. Ever since she was born, we have put this on her butt with every single diaper change. That might seem a little bit obnoxious, but my thing is when she takes a big crap, it's so much easier, like so much easier to clean it off of her butt with this pasted on her butt. It like makes cleaning so much easier, and it just protects her butt. This stuff is like gold. So I highly recommend getting a big giant tub of this Aquaphor. It's the best. And the last thing I'm gonna talk about is a baby wrap. There are lots of different baby wraps out there. I used the baby Catan. I loved it. It is one of those baby wraps where you have to measure yourself because it comes in different sizes. So you want to make sure that you get the right size, but it's a great wrap and it's so easy to use. It comes in a cute little carrying bag, which I stuck this just like in the bottom of my diaper bag during the newborn stage, and anytime I would go anywhere and I wanted to wear her in her wrap, it was just in my diaper bag. So when it comes out, it's just 2 loops of fabric like this connected with a little loop. And I honestly just looked up on YouTube different ways to wear the wrap. There was tons and tons of instructional videos on how to put your baby in the baby Catan. Super helpful. So yeah, I loved this wrap. I used it all the time. I was a big baby wearer. I didn't like put her in very many swings. We did have a Mamaroo swing and she didn't mind that. We got it as a gift, but I feel like she always just preferred to be held. So I held her a lot. So having this carrier made it so much easier. I was able to wear her around the house and do things, go places, and I felt like she was very safe and secure and she loved it. All right, so that is a wrap. Those were just like a handful of products that I used during the newborn stage. Obviously there were more things, but these were the things that I felt like were just the most helpful and the things that I would like highly recommend to friends or anybody having a baby. So that's it for today's video. If you want any of these products for yourself, check the description box. I'm going to link as many things as I can down below so you can check it out. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment below if you have used any of these products or if you have any questions about any of these products. I would love to answer them for you. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. I post videos every Monday. I will see you guys next Monday.